And look at that, how there are options that you didn't know existed before.
Yeah.
This
Happy
is
about
such a great example of, when we are in a state of worry or any kind of negative state, how
Mhm.
things exist beyond what we can
Yeah.
see from where we are. Hey, sweetie, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. You look nice in pink.
Oh,
You look
thank you.
very nice.
Thank you.
So basically I had a good thing happen this morning. We have like academic advisors at uni, so like the advisors in the academic side. And then this man was such a vibe. Like this is the first time I met him. And he was like, so I said about I wanted to go to Australia next year for a month to work in a hospital there. And he was like, oh, I have contacts all over the world. Like, I'll get you sorted. And I was like, yes. I was like, woo, like I was so happy.
That's
Yeah.
great.
I like love
Good
people
job.
like that.
And look at that, how there are options that you didn't know existed before.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I was like, oh, okay. And he
Yeah.
was so nice. He was like, I have other opportunities for you, da da da. Because I have issues with networking. Like I haven't met anyone who I can just reach out to, whether when I want to do anything.
Right.
Like if I wanted some sort of experience, I'm like, who do I go to? And he was like, don't worry, I have like connections all over. I was like, yeah, that's perfect. So yeah,
Yay.
feel very
This
happy
is
about
such a great example of, when we are in a state of worry or any kind of negative state,
that.
how things exist beyond what we can
Yeah.
see from where we are.
Oh
Very
yeah.
good, Swasti. I'm so proud of you for being open to finding those things.
Thank you. Thank you. So the question I have today is basically at university we have like almost like this course is very clicky. Like, I don't
Ooh,
know if that's a common phrase. Click, yeah, I think
yep,
yeah. Sorry.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
only discovered it like a month ago. So basically there are like groups of people. And there is a certain group of people who have it all together. So they have everything and it seems like their lives are perfect. They're like very empowered people. And obviously I look up to them, but also like I know that the fact that I'm attracted to them means that I have that in me anyway. So I'm not lacking anything. But those are the
Good.
kind of people who I kind of envy so much because they all have like this group, they live in this house together. It's almost like a family that they built themselves in like a
Nice.
city outside of their own. And the thing is,
Mhm.
all of this group has like, they're all like couples together. So it's like couples, and then that forms the group. And every time I meet them, I just feel like so much envy, like I'm broken and I don't have that in me. Yeah.
Hmm.
Even though I know I do, like I just feel like it's a mission that I would never get to. Not to belong in the group, but to be like them.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's what the triggers have been constantly this week.
All right. Very good. Good job. And well done for bringing it here. So, my first question for you is, what do you think it would take for you to be like them? What do you think is missing?
I want to say the ability to stay consistently calm all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea of why you're not like that? So, in other words, what's stopping you from being consistently calm all the time?
Yeah, this is where I was confused. I don't know what I was trying to get at here. So my theory is that if I was like them, I would be with them. So why
Oh,
am I not with
interesting.
them? Surely that's saying that
Interesting.
I am missing something. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, let's answer the logic of that first. For those who are new, I like to answer the logic first to get the conscious mind on board so that the conscious mind allows the rest, allows the unconscious part of the brain to change. So, do you think that everyone in the world who is consistently calm and like them is with them?
No.
Right. So, I mean, that answers that, right? The fact
Mm,
that you aren't with them doesn't mean you can't be like that because there's plenty of people in the world like that who aren't with them.
yes. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Right. So that
Yeah.
hopefully that helps bring the logic into it
Mm,
and bring the conscious mind on board.
yes.
Okay, very good. So rather than looking at them and thinking, I wish I was with them, I wish I could be with them, and the fact that I'm not with them means I'm not, and so on, you could just form your own group, right?
Yeah, I think this is the issue. This is the paradox here. I don't like groups of people, But then I think, no, but the thing is, the friends I have, they don't like groups of people either. But it's interesting because we're all craving that group. But the thing is, we could get into a group together, and that's what I realized like a couple of days ago. I was like, oh, isn't this cool?
Right. And the reason it's like that, the reason it doesn't make sense, the reason it's illogical, because of course it's not about the group thing. It's not about now. So let's find out, first of all, what's wrong with groups? So you say you don't like groups of people. What's wrong with them?
I feel like I never feel heard. It's like no one gives me that attention that I need in just like a pair. Yeah.
So when you're in a group, you feel that there's just too much going on and you don't have a voice.
Yeah, like I'm not shining in that group.
Yeah. Okay, very good. And now to drill a little deeper to find these references, let's say you're in a group and everybody's very quiet. It's a quiet group. What would that be like?
I like that.
Okay.
It's nice. Yeah.
All right. So, because we want to find out exactly which pieces here, because of course there are quiet groups. There are groups of people who are very calm, and there are people who are boisterous. So when you think of a group, are you thinking of a bubbly, boisterous kind of group?
I think no. My mind goes to belonging to a group. That's where my mind goes. My mind doesn't go to whether they're loud or quiet or whatever. It's just like I don't belong.
Interesting.
And I wish to belong, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. And if you did belong, if you knew without doubt that you belonged to a group, how would that feel?
Well, it feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
So your logical mind is saying it's because I don't belong to a group, but that's not the reference.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, but yes. Yeah. It's just illogical, that's all. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you did belong to a group, you'd feel uncomfortable anyway.
Okay.
So you've got that same kind of clash or contradiction going on that you had with something previously, and I think it was not wanting to be alone, but also not wanting to be with people.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a similar thing going on there. So let's find out where that's coming from. First of all, when you were a child, I know you were alone a lot. I know you had one friend at a time kind of thing when you were a child. Any experiences with groups then when you were little?
Yeah, so I had one memory come up and I did change it. So maybe I'm missing something. So I'll just say it now. I had this, we used to take like a school bus, and the driver's daughter was used to be on the same bus, and I thought she was really cool. So one time I tried to talk to her, and she didn't say anything back or whatever happened, because she had like a group of people. And now I addressed that, so I have a stepping stone of where I literally sit on the bus and she is coming to me, and then the final thing is we are like talking. So I belong to that group, and they look forward to me like being there, like I'm shining, like the thing I said I want to be. So that's what I have now.
All right, very good. And so that's great as a final memory. I think the stepping stones that are missing in the first instance, that everything happened the way it happened. So you get on the bus, she's popular and all of that, or whatever it is, and you speak to her and she doesn't speak back to you, or whatever actually happened there, and you speak again, and then she pays attention. Because that's a missing piece there, where you're not heard. So just say again what you get that?
Yeah. So I'm not heard.
So
because when I spoke to her, she didn't reply. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that piece, you need that piece of her replying.
Okay.
And not only that, in the first instance, you need the piece of you making her reply. So that you have control. You're not at the mercy of whether this person's going to reply or not, and hoping that they'll reply.
Okay, and this bus in general was very much like buzz, and then just me. Like me to myself. And as a child, you love being alone. Like a child, like as in kids just are fine. They don't have a meaning to being alone. But I did. I was like, I'm sitting here alone and everyone's talking, and like it's just like so much chatter on this bus to school. But the thing is, they were all older. Like no one was in my class. So I couldn't even connect with anyone.
Yeah. So there's a few different pieces here. And what would it have been like if you were one of the chatterers? If you were one of the people chat, 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 chat with your friends?
It's good because those people know that they're like, they have the attention and they know it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's what we're aiming for, is that's what,
Mm.
so it's not just one person who comes and talks to you.
Oh,
You are
yeah.
one of those people who's chattering and with all your friends, exactly what you perceived them to be.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that's the end result we're
Mm.
aiming for. But there's important stepping stones to put in there before we get to that. So can you create the scene? So you're getting on the bus and there's that girl, bus driver's daughter, and you go to speak to her. And what happens, first of all, originally?
It was like she was one of the popular pretty girls, you know, like who ignore whoever comes to speak to them. And she
Right.
was only popular because she was the driver's daughter. So that's like a big
Mhm.
thing. So yeah, then I was ignored because I was not
Okay,
I was not
that's
cool.
it.
Yeah.
So let's do the first stepping stone. You go to speak to her. She ignores you and you say, "Hey, excuse me." And she turns, she goes, "Oh, sorry." Can you imagine that?
Okay. She's a bit bitchy.
Okay, because what we want to create here is that it's not that she was ignoring you, it's that she didn't hear you because the chatter is so loud.
Okay, yeah.
All right, that's what we're going for.
Okay, yeah. Now I can see her. Yeah.
Good job. And how does that feel?
Yeah, that feels fine.
So
Yeah.
we want a very specific feeling here that we're going for. And so I want to
Yeah.
home in so that so that we're sure we get that. And the feeling is she literally just didn't hear her, and you realize that.
Oh, okay. Wait. Okay. Okay, yeah, now I can see that.
You got
Yeah.
that?
Mhm.
Good. And how does that feel first?
Okay, that feels better. Yeah.
Good. That's what we're going for. So you want to practice that little stepping stone. And then the next one will be you get on the bus, and when you speak to her, she immediately responds. She does hear you, and she immediately responds the way you were hoping she would.
So I speak to her and then she responds.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. That feels good. Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Very, very good.
Mm.
So that's another important. So those two are very important. Practice each one, of course, until it's
Yeah.
established. Then the next one is as you get on the bus, she sees you and her face lights up and
Mm.
she calls you over.
Yeah. Okay. But then my mind goes to if I sit in that group of people, I would have nothing to say.
Interesting. How do you know you wouldn't have anything to say?
So they were like very old and I
Mhm,
was very like we were not in the same class. This is the only time we
mhm.
saw each other. I
Ah,
feel like I have nothing to input into
mhm.
their conversation.
Okay. And if you did, so let's say you do have plenty to input, they're waiting to hear from you all kinds of things, how your previous day was, and
Oh
let's
yeah.
say you could wave a magic wand
Mm.
and you could have any kind of life, any kind of experiences, what would be the ideal that you get on that bus and they're waiting to hear how something went? So you went to a concert of a famous person, or you met a celebrity, or you've got horses, or
Mm.
you went to a fun fair, or you went on holiday somewhere. You've got
Okay.
pets of some kind, and they're waiting to hear all about it. You got something?
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that would be good. Okay, yeah. I thought that I had to almost like talk about what they talk about, but that's not true.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. And that is what your brain is referencing now.
Oh yeah.
So as you think about a group, your brain is going, but how much, I don't know, your brain is trying to make you fit in with whatever group that there is.
Yeah.
And that's not necessary.
Yeah. Okay. I see it now. Mm.
Good.
Yeah.
Yay. So what you're doing is rather than coming to a group to get something or to fit in, you are bringing your own.
Yeah. Bring your own. Yeah.
Yeah. And so
Mm.
then what people are drawn to in your both your childhood memories and now as an adult will be you and your just who you are.
Just what you bring. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
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 They're not looking for you to fit in with them. They're looking for what you're bringing that's different, that's novel, that's you.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, I have this friend who's like, she just sits there and everyone wants to talk to her about her own things. I never had that. It's like people start talking at me about their things. I'm like, you never asked me what was happening with me. Or maybe I'm not recognizing it when it does happen.
Absolutely. So your brain will be filtering out and you'll be
Yeah.
drawn to the people who are just going to talk at you because your
Mm.
brain is going, I don't know what to say, so let them talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. True. True. Okay.
So and so that's everything in your demeanor is
Mm.
going to be broadcasting what you're bringing,
Okay.
whether that is I'm shining and I'm happy inside myself and everybody is drawn to me because they want to know, they want more, they want to experience what I have, or I hope they like me, I don't know what to say, I've got
Yeah.
to try and think of a way to fit in.
Mm. Okay. And that's just desperation. That doesn't give off the vibe you want.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that desperation will attract certain people
Yeah.
that will fit in with that and it will repel others.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yes.
Good. So what we want to do is give that little you the most interesting, fascinating life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have pets, you go on holiday, you have all kinds of stuff going on in your life and at home. And whenever you get on the bus or you turn up at school or you walk into a room, everybody wants to know how you're doing and what's happening now.
This is hit in the right spot because this friend who I said, she always has that, and this makes so much sense now. She always has everything like exactly the same thing. She has something going on at home, a holiday, a concert, da 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 da. And I'm like, wow, you're so interesting. There is stuff going on. Yeah, that makes sense.
And the thing is, you will have stuff going on as well. It's just that your brain's
Yeah,
not
it just
seeing
feels.
it in that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Your brain is not seeing it as something interesting to share
Mm, okay.
because of that conditioning.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
How does that sound?
That sounds really, really good. That sounds exciting.
Yay! Very good. So let's just check the bus now. So you get on the bus and that girl's face lights up, but so does everybody else. They all want, they go, oh, Swasti, come sit with me, sit with me.
Okay.
And they start chat. And so the chatter, all of that chatter that was so loud for you on the bus, that is now you are the center of it.
Yeah,
And how does that feel?
that feels good. That feels like a celebrity walking in. Yeah. Yeah.
Very good. Good job, sweetheart. Excellent. Now let's check in. When you think of a group, how do you feel?
I feel good because I'll bring my own, like you said. It's
Exactly.
it will be about me rather than them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Yay.
So how do you feel now?
Yeah, it feels really good.
Good.
Feels,
Yay. Good job, sweetheart. And thank you so much for bringing that here because I
Thank
know
you.
that will help others as well.
Yes. Thank you.
Excellent. You're very, very welcome. I'm so proud of you. Very good.